Hi everybody, it's Grandma from Grandma's Footsteps. First I'd like to apologise for this video being late. Unfortunately I couldn't record yesterday because I had people stomping around in my loft. This is to do with the rain that's coming through my ceiling. But yeah, nobody's stomping about now, so I can actually get on and do the video. Now I have prepared some bits and we're going to do this double page spread here today. Okay, so what I have actually prepared is, this is my background here, as you can see, and I've just made a little waterfall. Okay, now this waterfall is just cut from one of the memory book dies there, and what I did was I cut that and then I creased that at 1 centimetre, and so I glued the top one on there, and then I glued the next one up to it, and then the next one up to that, and the next one up to that, and that gives you a nice level waterfall. Okay, by doing that, just make sure that the sides are level, and away you go. This piece actually is a die from the waterfall that I have from, I think it's Hunky Dory. Yeah, it is. It's just this, which you would, if you do the automatic waterfall thing that makes it sort of move up and down. The trouble is there isn't enough room in this particular book to do that. This would be the bit that you would pull to make the waterfall work. But I thought it was a lovely shape and made an absolutely awesome belly band. So I cut that. I've attached a magnet here, and as you can see I've attached a magnet to the back of there. It closes down beautifully, no problem at all. And all we have to do now is to attach the lovely papers that I've cut. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it, that I've cut to go on there, and away we go. Here we go, out comes the glue, and yep, is it going to work today? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? I will put the lid on my glue, but it doesn't always work to stop it getting up, and it does depend on how much is in the bottle as to how difficult it is to get out, but it's not too bad at the moment. Okie dokie, here we go. Glue that on there. On me. And don't glue the desk, yes. It's right, my husband just making a comment there, because I'm doing it in my hands, I'm not gluing the desk. I am kind of getting the hang of it. Okay, so that just goes on. I've got a cleaner cloth here. Yes, I have. Right, so we just smooth that down. Obviously, I have distressed everything around the edge, and in case you haven't seen the previous videos, I use the Ranger Distressed Oxide Vintage Photo and a little, yes, dauber type thing. I do also have finger daubers, which I use if I need to get into smaller spaces. But that one, because I'm doing so much, is much better to use. So, okay, more glue. And we just line that up nicely. Oh, it said line it up nicely and then didn't. Well, never mind, it's lined up now. There's that one. Number 3. Now I quite often leave the backs of these waterfalls plain, because people might want to stick a note on there, or I mean they can stick a photo on there if they wish, but I thought, yeah, I like to leave them plain. Oh, nearly glued the wrong side then. I hope you were all paying attention. It was just a test, of course. I couldn't possibly make a mistake like that, could I? Not much. There we go. I'm actually awake at the moment. I'm properly awake at the moment, which is fairly unusual, as I'm normally doing these videos much later in the day. So, it's daytime. I wouldn't say the sun was shining. It's not raining, which is a good thing because we still have a hole in our roof, but you know, the sun is not shining. Well, there you go. Look, there's your waterfall. There's your belly band for it, and now we just glue that on there. I have put some tape over the top of the magnet, some of the lovely red liner tape, and if I can get the here we go again. If I can actually get the backing off, there, that's it, because that helps to make the paper stick where the magnet is. I always put a little bit of glue on the top of the magnet, and I put glue around there, even though I've got the double-sided tape, because it does help to make it stick. And also there, I like to put a nice bit of extra glue, because that is where the belly band is attached, and we don't want it coming, the backing paper coming away there when you use the belly band. So, here we go. Right. And that one is going on this side. There we go. So, yeah, just glue that on nicely. I think I might put a peg there. Yep, I'll put a peg that side just to make sure that does hold down nicely. Smooth the top out. I can't really put a peg where the magnet is because they don't reach to the middle, I've discovered. So, yep, now that doesn't seem to be stuck down enough, so I'm going to get my fine tipped glue and just put a bit of extra in there, press it down nicely, and there you go, that's stuck down. Now I must have just missed it, so try and get the pin back in. The amount of times I've stuck the pin in my finger when I'm trying to get it back into the top of that glue pot, it's just, well, I just don't even go there. Okay, so for the other side, I've got a fairly simple design again, but because I was sort of up to my eyeballs in things yesterday with the problems with the roof and the water in the bedroom and such like, so it was just that I had a sudden thought later in the day that all the water that came through the ceiling in the bedroom, I mean the bed was wet, the floor was, well, it had puddles and such like, I just thought, oh my god, what if it had been the craft room the water came through rather than the bedroom? It just doesn't bear thinking about. I mean, a soggy bed is one thing, but soggy craft stash is something else. Right, so I'll thank my lucky stars for that one. Okay, so this is the lovely paper, the same as we've got here, that I've chosen to put onto as the background on this one. And all I've done is I've made a little photo frame. I simply used 2 of the dies from the Sue Wilson collection of stitched rectangles. I used that size and then 2 sizes down, which makes it a nice strong frame. I put it through a very light embossing. I'm not sure if you can see that even. Oh, maybe you can. Yep, I put it through a very light embossing and then ran over it with the distress oxide just to raise it a little bit. I didn't want too much, I didn't want it in your face, but that just works for me, that works beautifully. But I have made a couple of flips and flops, as my son-in-law calls them, doors, to go on there, and just get them the right way around, because I have put the magnets in there, okay. And I'm just going to, as I do often, glue it to the back of the backing paper, which means it's in, you've got it perfectly in the right place, pardon me, and it's perfectly straight, and you can, because that's what I did, where I put it when I fixed the magnets. So if I now glue it there, not a problem, and it means you don't have to try and work out whereabouts to put them on your page, in order to get them to you know, get covered up. So now those hinges are completely covered up by this backing sheet, because they are actually part of the backing sheet. Oh, that just come off a little bit. Just grab my bone folder and give it a bit of a squidge down there and there. That was moved just a tiny bit. Close it up. Make sure the the magnets do work and they are in the right place. Absolutely they are. Yes, that's perfect. And yeah, so that opens, and then that opens, and then you've got your picture frame in there. So now we will glue this onto the page there. Make a nice bit of glue on the edge. Yeah. Oh. See, I didn't glue the desk, but I did glue my hand.
Thanks for the change.
Yes. He's only sitting there watching to see if I get glue on the desk. That's all. There we go. And let's make sure that that is the right way up for the photo frame, and it isn't. There you go. See, I could have put that in upside down, and the photo frame would have been upside down, and that wouldn't have been so much fun, would it? Okay, so now we just line that up in there. Give it a press. We'll give these edges a squidge down, just to make sure they've got that bit of stick. Smooth it round, lovely, like so. There we go, and you can hear the nice click as it closes. And I cut the piece that came out of there when I cut the photo frame. I've inked it. I've added one of these tags and a bit of twine, and that will go in there perfectly now. Okie dokie. With the frame, I cut two of the frames actually. The front one, which I put the bit of embossing on, and then what I did was I sandwiched some, I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but you can probably see the shine. I sandwiched some acetate between them, which makes a proper photo frame, and it looks like it's got sort of glass in front, or plastic or whatever in front of it. So that's that. I'm going to add, oh, forgot about the peg, sorry. I'm going to add a bit of twine to the end of this. That one's a bit short. As I said, I pull my twine off a piece of sacking that I've got. So I've got some long bits, I just cut off a piece. I think this sacking will probably last me for the amount of time I want to craft, for my lifetime really, using it like this, because it is a large piece of sacking. So we just pop that in there like that, and one of the reasons I like it is it's very sort of rustic, and it's got thick bits and thin bits and such like. So I've put that in there, and now I'm going to do my usual trick with a little bit of glue just there where that comes over the top. Push it like that, give it a squidge, and that should hold it now, so it shouldn't come undone. That's brilliant. And close that up and just trim them off. It's just it gives you a little something to pick it up with. So there you go. Basically, apart from any embellishments now, these two pages are finished. Now I am aware that this is quite a short video, so I thought I'd give you a little treat and show you something else I made yesterday while I was waiting to be able to do my video. I made a little shabby chic card topper. I really enjoyed making this. I did. It was just great fun. So we started off with, this is for a 6x6 card, so we started off with a base that is, I think it's 145 by 145, which is just under the 6x6 card in the cream. We then cut another one which was 1/2 centimetre smaller than that. And then this one I distressed with my scissors. I run the scissors along the edge of the card to distress it. Sort of in a couple of places it kind of tore and, you know, made a bit of a mess. So I just didn't worry about it. I tore it a little bit more. I tore the corners off there. I've rolled that corner down and such like, and then I've distressed it and I've stuck that onto the backing sheet, the first layer. And then I cut another one which was smaller again. Now this one I seriously distressed. As you can see, I've got bits cut out. I did distress it with the scissors again, but I got a bit rougher with it this time, and as you can see, we lost corners and bits of rolled up and stuff. We've got bits missing and all sorts of things, which is great because it's the way I love it. Okay, so once I'd done that, I then distressed the edge. But I took a piece of this paper. I had an offcut of this beautiful paper here, which is what I've used on here. And I thought, I'll use that. So I tore it down. I tore it off a strip. Sorry. And I tore it down there. And then I used the piece that I tore off, distressed, and I glued it underneath this top layer. And that just sort of sticks out and looks all sort of bobbly and, yeah, distressed. So, and then I glued this down onto here. I did actually distress it quite a bit. And then over the top, what I've done over the top here, I'm not sure that you can actually see it. Let's see if we can get up close. You might, yeah, you can just about see it there. What that is actually a bit of bandage. Okay, I got this bandage and I love it. It's really open weave, and you know, it's quite a good size, so you can chop bits off it all over the place. And what I did was I cut a piece that just was a bit bigger, and I sort of teaseled it out a bit here and there, and then I distressed it with the distress ink just to change the colour so it wasn't bright white, and put that over the top. Then I had a little, this is just a little die cut, it's actually half a die cut there. What else did I do? I had a happy birthday die cut there, which was a pearl card, so I just run the distress oxide over it, and so it's sort of still shiny, but it's changed colour. I got a little bit of the Hessian in here. Now this is just a little chipboard frame that I bought. I bought several of them, and they're plain wood on one side and patterned on the other. So I used the plain wood side with a bit of distress on it just to, you know, tone it into the rest of it. This picture here, the lady and the bits behind her, actually come from Etsy, from some printouts from a lady called Screech Owl. Yeah, Screech Owl. And I bought them for doing shabby chic and such like. I'm doing a shabby chic journal at the moment, so I just cut that out and glued that onto there, and then I used my crackle paste. I can't remember what colour, but it sort of goes quite well with this, and a stencil, and just put some bits in here and there, over there and on top of the bandage and such like. And that of course has cracked and is looking quite good. Wooden embellishments that I bought from the internet, eBay actually, and I've got some flowers and some leaves which I've done there. A couple of buttons which I was quite lucky because the buttons actually match in two different sizes, so I was quite happy with those. And I finished it off with some Nouveau stone drops. The stone drops are lovely. They don't make as perfect round pearl shaped bits as some of their other drops, in my opinion, but they are textured, which goes absolutely brilliantly with this, and they are they're textured, and yeah, they just look gorgeous, and the colour was perfect for this card. And then I took some peach coloured ready-made roses that I'd actually bought, and a little lily there, arum lily, and I distressed them, and I stuck them on, 3 there and 2 there, and added a wooden leaf up there. So that's basically how I made my topper. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to bring you in a bit closer so that you can hopefully see a little bit more. I'll have to move it as I do it so that I get it in the right place. There. Now I'm hoping that you can see, yeah, you can see bandage there. Oh, and just here is half of a felt butterfly that we cut out using one of our butterfly dies, and it was cut out of a sort of a cream felt, so I just changed the colour slightly with the distress ink, and that's it. That's my shabby chic card topper. So anyway, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you liked the little extra there, because I was aware that the video was very short. As I said, time was not my best friend yesterday, so I was only able to do something quite quickly. So here we are again. Like, comment and subscribe, and that would be awesome if you could. Lovely showing my items to you. Hopefully you enjoyed the extra little thing there with the card, and take it easy out there. See you soon.